I ain't a Muppet. I ain't a Muppet. I don't do live on here very often, but when I do, it's because I'm what am I? Because I'm well, what am I? Who am I? Who's that bloke? What's he doing? You see, the most important question is, who are you? Who am I? I've been making music and art for many years, and I love doing it, and I think it's the most important thing to me to stay creative. And being creative is very important to most of humanity, because otherwise we follow a path that leads in the opposite direction, which can only lead to destruction. So being creative is not exclusive to anybody. It's not an exclusive thing. There are so many ways in which we can be creative human beings, and conscious co-creators are those that build a better world, those that are aware that they're creating something of great beauty to help mankind stay kind and stay on the path. You know, there's a duality we live as our human experience that can only eventually aim at the oneness, which is our death, which I've experienced a lot of death close to me recently, and through family members, and it's the knowledge of that death that allows me to live my life. It's weird, but it really is a duality. Human experience is dual. We get to experience all things as we aim towards a oneness. So as we experience our human existence, I think being a conscious co-creator gives me a better perspective than one who is constantly complaining about life. Because life, love, and the pursuit of happiness, oh my gosh. Well, as long as you're doing no harm, be creative and, you know, make beautiful things. Make beauty of this earth that gives us everything. Everything comes from earth. And eventually we get to see the creator, I think. But that's the oneness, so I can't tell you about the oneness. Lots of people have experienced the gap between death and oneness, being with or on the path to somewhat closer to the oneness. I have friends who've had near-death experiences, and they tell me of magical, amazing, psychedelic, crazy, weird, unusual things that happen to them. And that's great. That's awesome that they had that experience. But then when they come back into their reality, they're filled with dread and all sorts of other things that manipulate mankind. And I think accessing that closeness to the oneness gets wiped when we come back to the duality. I mean, it just gets erased somehow, which is sad, because I have a very close friend who had several near-death experiences, and he's not a happy chap. I think it's because he saw something that was so beautiful and so wonderful that he has carried with him a level of disappointment in what we're doing as a race. You know, I mean, it's hard. It's not easy being in a duality. There are so many different forms of the greatest thing in the world. For me, as a human experience, is unconditional love. And he's come back saying, well, nobody's expressing that, nobody's expressing that unconditional love. And that's part and parcel of why I do my deep dives into the meanings of love. There are so many different meanings. I love my wife, I love my children, I love my house, I love my music, I love my art, I love my life, but all of these things are different types of love, and it's very confusing for many people. But the one love that we all have and experience during this human duality is the one we were born with. That unconditional love, that one we can hold on to. But we can't bury it beneath our experience. We have to keep bringing it back up. Keep burying your unconditional love is to understand that you're not truly living, because we were born with it, born with unconditional love. And then we've forgotten how to express that unconditional love. And it all starts with kindness. And we have to make sure that we understand the kindness that is in humanity and not the cruelty that is in society. Kiss mankind. That's what we've got to do. Embrace our loves and make sure that we take care of that which we love. And, love is singularly the tool that can create great beauty. And you do things out of love, then it's really self-evident and fulfilling. And many people are, and this idea that society's gone completely in the wrong direction is bullshit. I mean, there are so many great creators out there, people who make beautiful things every day of their lives, and that's important. That's more important than anything else, is to stay a conscious co-creator. And that's by tapping into that unconditional love and making sure that you're being kind every day. I'm going around in circles saying the same thing over and over, but the thing is, it works. Love always wins. Always. I love you. Happy winter solstice. Happy whatever way you celebrate this time of year. But it's December and it's 2023. And unconditional love is still my guide for life. Bye. Love you.